Hello there YouTube, it is your boy Simply Nico. As you see by the title below, this is story time. I'm going to try something a little bit different and I'm going to give you a little bit of a story about myself. So this story is about the first time I moved away from home. Not the first time, maybe the second time because I went to college. But college don't really count because, you know, when you go to college, you back and forth from home. But this is my first time moving on my own when I moved to Los Angeles. So a little bit about me. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Born and raised in Brooklyn, lived in Queens a little bit, but mainly from Brooklyn. And then when I was 18, I went to college in Richmond, Virginia. I went to HBCU. It's called Virginia Union University. I have a hard time saying that for some reason. Virginia Union University. But yeah, I went there for 4 years, 3.5 years. I got out a little bit early. And I went back to New York. And then in 2015, I decided to move to Los Angeles. So if you know me, I always wanted to live in Los Angeles. Is like my goal in life. So my goal and ultimate dream in life is to have a mansion in Beverly Hills. So if someone asks me, hey, Nick, why did you move to Los Angeles? Is because my goal is to have a mansion in Beverly Hills. So I thought I need to be closer to Los Angeles. You know, not saying I had to necessarily come now, but that's my goal and dream. So I'm like, let me get closer to it. And so now I'm here, closer to Beverly Hills, not in Beverly Hills yet, you know, trying to make it there, but you know, working towards my dream of getting that mansion in Beverly Hills. So a little bit about the backstory. So I was working at a job. I was working at this place. It's called something. It's a nonprofit organization. I was overseeing community centers, you know, so as a program director, kind of overseeing different community centers, you know, I had a cool job. So around like May of 2015, I'm like, I'm moving to Los Angeles, you know, it's time to go. It's time to really follow my dreams. I've been talking about it. I've been posting about it on Facebook and everything. I'm ready to move. So I realized, like, you know what, I created a whole plan, say this summer I'm gonna go, because we have summer camp in community centers, we have summer camp. I'm like, this summer, during summer camp, I'm gonna go to Los Angeles for about 2 weeks. I'm gonna look for jobs. I'm gonna find an apartment. I'm gonna just see Los Angeles and make sure I wanna live there. So that was like my goal. So maybe like June comes and I get a promotion at work. So we get a contract for another community center, and so I spend all summer like trying to open this new community center. So like my plan of like going to LA for 2 weeks kind of didn't happen, and not wasted my summer, but all summer I like worked on like building this whole community center, and I didn't get to do anything or take any days off, no vacations, just work. So we get to like the end of summer camp and I'm kind of just stuck. Like, what do I do? Do I stay at my job a little bit longer? Do I kind of leave? Kind of trying to figure out what to do. And then, you know, some things happened at my job towards like my last few days. I was, not me personally, but like the universe and the work world wasn't working too well for me. So I ended up like just decided that I'm going to leave, you know, so I ended up leaving. So maybe it was like that Thursday was my last day at work. And then I was trying to figure out like, what do I do? So you know what? The next day I did. Thursday was my last day. On Friday, I decided to book a flight to LA. I'm like, I'm booking me a one-way ticket to LA and I'm leaving on Sunday. So like my last day was Thursday. On Friday, I decided I'm making that move to LA. And then I booked it for Sunday. Saturday, I packed most of my stuff. Not everything, but just like, I packed at least 2 weeks worth of stuff. Because I also booked a flight and a hotel. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to go there for 2 weeks. And I'm gonna like thug it out and kind of just gauge what I'm gonna do. So I get there on Sunday night, maybe like 9 o'clock. And then I was gonna get a rent-a-car. But at this time, I wasn't old enough to get a rent-a-car because, you know, like when you gotta be 25, I think I was 24. But I was at that age where you're not old enough to get the rent-a-car without the fee. And so the rent-a-car was like a crazy price. And then the guy was like, you can just take the bus to downtown LA. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just take the bus. So I took the bus to downtown. It was like 2 buses to get there from the airport. And then I realized that, you know, you don't ride the bus in LA unless you really have to, but you don't do that. You know, like I'm from New York, you take the bus, it's regular. But in LA, you don't ride the bus in certain neighborhoods. I didn't realize that until I was on the bus. But I get to my hotel, it was some hotel in downtown Los Angeles. I check in, I'm super excited. I'm like, yo, I'm in LA, this is super cool. And then it was like the night of the VMAs, so I kind of like dropped my stuff in my hotel. I kind of went outside, like walked to LA Live when the VMAs was happening at, kind of like seeing people. Like, I'm like, yo, this is super cool, this is super exciting. And then I went and got some food, I went back to my hotel room. So I think maybe like the week before, on that Friday when I decided that I was coming to LA, I started applying for jobs and like looking for apartments and sending like emails to landlords and everything. So during the weekend, like a job like contacted me like and said, hey, are you available for an interview on Monday? So I got there Sunday night and I had an interview like Monday morning. Like things happen that fast in LA sometimes. So like Monday comes and I have to go to this interview. It's in like Huntington Beach. So I had to like get on the bus, take the, bus all the way to Huntington Beach. And it was like an interview like dealing with kids in the school system. And so I did the interview. I got hired on the spot because I had a great resume. I still have a great resume. Like my resume is phenomenal. If you need help with your resume, let me know because I can help you. I might need to start a business. But yeah, so I had a great resume and they hired me on the spot. So they was like, can you come to a training tomorrow, like an orientation to start? So I'm like, sure, why not? So mind you, on that same Monday, I was also speaking to a landlord and I applied for an apartment. So after I left the job interview, I went to an apartment, like to see the apartment. I went and seen the building. It was like a whole building. Most of the units was vacant. And I kind of seen all the units and I seen one unit and I'm like, yo, this is super cool. Like I like this. I might take this or I might apply for it at least. So me being from New York, I feel like it takes a long time to get an apartment. But I guess in LA, the process is a little bit different. So the guy was like, just apply and, see what happens. So after I leave that, seeing the apartment, I go back to my hotel room, kind of relax and chill. Because I have to get up early because I have like an orientation for a job. So I go to the orientation, kind of gauging like, hey, like what this is going to be about. They kind of explained to me the job, and I'm like, oh, this seems semi-cool. Like, I never really did nothing like this before, but this might be interesting. It's working in the school system, working with kids. And they were like, you're going to start tomorrow, like Wednesday. So, like, mind you, I just got here Sunday night. Monday, I went to the interview, I got hired. And now it's Tuesday, and we're about to, like, they want me to start on Wednesday. So, like, I had to, like, sit and think, like, wait, like, I don't have a car. It's in the valley. I don't know where the valley is. So I'm like, what do I do? So I kind of had to kindly tell him like, hey, you know what? I can't take this position right now. I just moved here. I'm trying to figure some things out. I'm sorry. So I leave the job interview and I decided to I just went back to the hotel room and I'm like, you know what? Let me still apply for that apartment. So I decided to apply for that apartment. And then I was also talking to other people because I had other job offers, other interviews coming. So then when I got home and I applied for the apartment, I seen that I got confirmed for a job interview for Thursday. So Tuesday comes and I apply for the apartment, I get the confirmation for the job interview, and then Wednesday comes. So Wednesday I get a call from I get an email from the place I applied for. They said, hey, you've been approved. You can move in on Friday as long as you pay the security deposit. Like everything went through. So I'm like, wait, I got an apartment that fast? Yes, it was like that fast. I didn't know like apartments like that work like that. Like you apply and you get accepted the next day and they want you to move in like 2 days later. So I'm like, just kind of stuck, and I'm calling my mom like, Mom, what should I do? She's like, this is fate. You should just stay, get the apartment. So I paid like the security deposit that Wednesday. Like once I got the email, I paid the security deposit. And then I'm like, wow, I'm about to really move here. So they're like, yeah, you can move in on Friday, come pick up the keys. So I'm like, wow, like this is like really gone. So Thursday comes. So Thursday morning, I know I had let me rewind it back. Wednesday when I got the apartment, I went to get a rental car because I'm like, I have an interview Thursdays in the valley and I don't want to take the bus there. Like, let me get a rental car. So I was like driving the rental car, I drove it, parked it on Wednesday night. And then Thursday morning, I was driving and I passed like the Chevrolet dealership, cause I wanted a Camaro. So I'm like, let me just go and see how much a Camaro would cost me per month. I was trying to just see like, hey, if I go in there, would they just give me an idea of how much I would pay each month? Like, hey, like a Camaro is $500 a month or $400 a month. But they don't just do that. Like, they have to run your credit score and all that stuff. So I know since I had an interview on that Thursday, I had on a full suit. So like when you walk somewhere with a suit on, people think you're important. So I go into the dealership with my suit on, like asking about a Camaro, and then next year I'm kind of in there for like about 2 hours, and I'm talking to them, and they ask me what kind of car I want and what color and what all these things, and they're like, hey, we're gonna run your credit and all this good stuff. And next thing you know, I'm just sitting there talking, giving information. And then they're like, you've been approved. I'm like, wait, for the car? They're like, yeah, this is how much you'll be paying each month. And I'm just like, wait, are you serious? And then I had to call my mom again, like, Mom, what to do? Like, they offered me a car, should I take it? And then she like, this is Faith, you wanted a Camaro, take it. So I'm like, okay. I got the Camaro. You know, I had enough money saved. You know, that's one of the things I probably didn't say before. But since I wanted to come here, I was saving money. So when it was time to get a car, an apartment, or whatever, I already had the money like for it. So I got the car that same day. And what I realized was I had to like, even though I was in the midst of getting the car I wanted they didn't have there, so they had to like get it shipped from somewhere else, so it took about a few hours. But then I still had a job interview, so I had to go to the job interview, come back, and then I wound up like finalizing all the documents and I wound up getting the car. But I didn't take the car the same day since I had the rental car, so then I had to bring the rental car back that Thursday night. No, I think I took the rental car back that morning, so that Friday morning, and then I took a bus to the hotel, from the hotel to the dealership. I picked up the car from the dealership, and it was like my car. And then that was the day I had to sign the lease, so I went and I signed the lease, and I got the keys. I'm like, okay, now I have a car and an apartment, but I don't have any furniture. And for some reason, I checked out of the hotel. I'm like, since I have a car and an apartment, I'm gonna just check out of the hotel just to save money, because I didn't want to like pay for another day. So I'm like, I thought I would be able to just get furniture the same day. I don't know why I thought that for some reason. Then I went to some little furniture spot and they was like, we can give you, and I picked out all the furniture I wanted for the unit, and they was like, we can give it to you tomorrow, not today. I'm like, I need it today because I don't have anywhere to sleep. Then they gave me like a little twin size bed to put in my car, and it was like, here, just sleep on this little mattress and then we'll bring you the stuff tomorrow. So I like stepped on a little mattress, and then I woke up and I kind of like went shopping to get like little house stuff. I went to Walmart to get all the stuff you need for a house, and then like Saturday they bought my furniture, and then I had an apartment. But I also had bills, so like I got here within a week, and I had a car note, car insurance, I had rent, then I had a light bill, and then I got cable, so then I had a cable bill, then I already had my phone bill, then my credit card bills, and you know, the car came with this OnStar. So then I queued all these bills within a matter of a week, which I kind of regret, but I guess everything happens for a reason. But if I can do it over again, I would do a lot different. I would have probably got some roommates. I had a Nissan Altima that was fully paid for. My insurance was $70. I just bought my car here, and I would have thugged it out a little bit different. But like when I went to that interview on that Thursday, the day I got the car, I wound up getting that job, even though I didn't stay there long. But I did get the job. It was a cool job. But I wound up leaving because I found a better job, you know. But that's like another story for another day, like all the jobs that I've had since I've been in LA. But that's a little bit of my LA story, like how I got to LA and how I was able to come here in 1 week and kind of settle in as far as living and driving and just having some stuff put in place. So that's my little LA story. Hopefully you like this story. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more stories. Please comment, tell me some things you want to know about me, or just things I should talk about in general. Thank you.